Dave Edmiston. I've been an eye surgeon for 35 years and up in Sacramento. And I was introduced to Nu Skin and the biophotonic scanner about 7 years ago, and I'm an extreme skeptic. I don't believe anything. I got to see the proof, I got to do the research, I got to talk to the scientists, and I did with the scanner. I talked to Dr. Chang, I read the articles, and I was convinced the scanner was legitimate. Since then, I've scanned hundreds, if not thousands of people, and I've become very well acquainted with the company, with the integrity of Nu Skin, with the energy of Nu Skin, with the vision of Nu Skin, and this incredible innovation is happening right now. I've had the opportunity to look at the articles on ageLOC youth and the related studies, and I'll tell you what, in my opinion, my medical opinion, my professional opinion, and my entrepreneurial opinion, this is the best thing that's ever happened. This is an opportunity to help thousands, if not tens of thousands of people, to make a true difference in the world, to generate an income for yourself and your loved ones for a very long time. And I tell you what, I am excited out of my mind about ageLOC youth.
Awesome.
I hope it will work on hearing because I'm ringing really bad right now. So, good afternoon. My name is Lisa Anderson, and I am a cardiology nurse practitioner, board certified in cardiology practitioner. And I have been working for the past 26 years in the healthcare industry, past 13 of that working with advanced cardiac cripples, we call them. Basically, I work sick care. I try to put some kind of Band-Aid on their life so that they can breathe, walk, and function to some type of capacity. Was introduced to this opportunity through a girlfriend of mine, Raylene Ghosh. Total blessing to be involved in this company. What I am totally thrilled about is the fact that a lot of our chronic disease management right now, which is pretty much what I do with advanced heart failure, is we're doing chronic disease because there's not a magic bullet out there for them. It's basically they are what they eat and they are what they put in their body and are exposed to. So with youth, again, we don't claim to treat, medicate, or diagnose disease, but we do know there is something to be said about lifestyle and chronic disease and what we're doing. And this is an opportunity for us to have true prevention in this world. We are great at sick care. We are really poor at preventing people from getting sick. We are the ones that are going to go out and share this with the world. Quickly, my husband's been on this for a month. Yes, I gave it to him because we are older parents. We were told we could not have children. We were blessed enough to have 3. So he's 55 with a 6-year-old. You do the math. How do you want to feel being 55 with a 6-year-old? That's just one of the 3. She's the youngest. Anyway, he's been on youth for a month. I basically said, just take it and tell me what you're doing, what you're feeling, if anything. And because that's basically what a lot of people are going to do. Like Dr. Bill Toth says, they're going to be an individual research project in and of themselves because there are certain pathways broken in each of us. So I gave it to him. He took it for a month. At the end of the month, I took a picture of his face because I saw something dramatic in his face. He's used the pearls for a long time. He dabbles with the spa, but being from the construction industry, not too many of his friends are doing a spa, but there's been dramatic change in his face. And one of the problems with him is we have battled skin cancer for his whole entire life. His mom died from melanoma. So we have been battling it. That's the seed in his life that's really been a crutch on us. And I'm telling you, his skin's looking different, and I personally made an appointment with his dermatologist to get more done and more testing because he's phenomenally changing in front of me. One more quick thing, when he gets up in the morning, like any 55-year-old with a 6-year-old that was up till 10 or 11 and gets up back at 6, he drags out of bed, walks down in the dark, starts the coffee, sits on the couch, drinks a cup of coffee. Finally, when the coffee's in, he'll go and wake the children. About a week ago, he jumps out of bed, runs to the rooms, starts dancing and singing, turning the lights on, waking the kids. Now, granted, he's not had coffee yet. And my husband's the type of person, he doesn't have a conversation except grunts until coffee's consumed and in. So I'm just telling you, This is a personal experience. This is our story. It's changing my life and my household. It's changing him. There's so many other people out there that want to look better and feel better. Let's take it to them.
Wow.
I'm Dr. Suzanne Hall-Lamott, and as a pediatrician who's been using and recommending LifePak for years, I don't have any patients, very many, that I can give it to yet with the youth product because it's recommended for age 18 and up. However, I can share my own experience, and I'd like to share the experience of another person as well. I've been on it for 2 months. I was lucky enough to get it on the cruise. And the differences that I found, I certainly support the brain study because I am problem solving better. It took me about 3 times to realize that I had an aha moment that when I was sitting down at my computer, I was able to figure out things and do them in a more effective and efficient way. And after that happened about 3 times, I realized this is different. This is not the old me who grew up totally unable to talk to a computer. Something's definitely changed in efficiency there. I've also got some definite improvement in my skin. I've been complimented on, what am I doing with my face now? And even my manicurist has noticed that the skin on my arms is tighter. She asked me what I was doing. So I thought that was a pretty objective observation. But I also have a member on my team who is a PhD. She worked for the NIH, or the National Cancer Institute, for 20 years, and her whole mission has been to understand the chronic disease and how we can affect them in a more natural way. She's been on youth for about a month now, and I'd just like to read her story because she's extremely passionate about it. She's dealing with a lot of people with chronic fatigue syndrome and fibromyalgia, and she started to give it to some of them and is getting dramatic response in terms of decreased pain, as it was mentioned. And for her, she's very excited that Pharmanex has gone not the drug development route, but rather the natural route by using gene expression and the ingredient library that we have to really support health, not just healthy immune system, but total, this is too close to me, total body wellness system. And for herself, I'll just summarize rather than this, she's sleeping like a baby, which she hasn't done for years. She's had a lot of stress, and now she's found that with this, she's been able to sleep through the night. She doesn't remember when she's been able to do that, and her vision has improved. She lost her glasses on a trip, and she was supposed to be a presenter at a conference, and she found that after 3 weeks on youth, she didn't need her glasses anymore and got through the night.
Hello everyone, I know we're short for time, so I'll be really quick. I'm Raylan Ghosh, and I am so privileged to be in this business in partnership alongside my parents, Cheryl and Dr. Leary. It's been an incredible journey for the last 3 years being a part of Nu Skin. Not only has the products completely changed my family's health and well-being, but the people that have come into this business, come into our lives because of this business, I will forever be grateful for. I couldn't be more excited about youth. A little background on myself, I'm a physician assistant. Initially, I specialized coming out of school 9 years ago, Lisa, in cardiology and ER medicine. Then transitioned after having my twins 5 years ago into family medicine, partnering with my dad and my 2 brothers in our family practice in the medical world. And let me tell you, I didn't know how much I needed youth. Youth knew that it needed me more than I needed it after having my twins. Let me tell you, after you have twins, something happens with your mind. And I need the energy and I need the mind to be able to handle my 5-year-old twins on a daily basis. But not only that, I'm so excited to bring this into the medical world because I think Lisa's absolutely right. The thing we struggle with in America and all around the world is chronic inflammation. So many of our disease states root from that. It comes from the inflammatory state. And unfortunately, it is because of our poor nutrition and the things that we choose to put into our bodies. And youth has been completely changing my family over the last month. A couple stories that we have. I'll start with Mom. People have been asking my mom, what is she doing with her skin? And people in our organization are like, Cheryl, are you spying more? Are you using the pearls more? And my mom's answer says basically, I've always used 8 pearls a day. I've always spot every other day. Haven't done a thing different other than I started youth. So amazing. Things with my dad. Came home actually last Monday, driving home in a car with my dad, and I said, I'm so exhausted from this Monday, so mentally drained from today. My dad paused for a moment. He looked over at me and he goes, not me. I'm taking my youth. I could go for another 8 hours. Needless to say, I have now upped my dose of bottle of youth. I got 1 bottle, so I've been splitting it with my husband. I was unfortunately taking it 1 time a day. I have now realized the importance of taking it 2 times a day as recommended today. So I'm excited for that. One more quick story. What I have personally noticed with youth, the first night that I took youth, I was actually on the computer working on some paperwork. I am, unfortunately, by 8 or 9 o'clock, I have to crawl into bed because my day starts at 4 in the morning, I run. And so by 8 or 9 at night, I'm completely done with my day. And even if I'd like to continue it, I just can't think. I don't even know who I am, and it's just better I go to bed. My parents came home. They were at a New Skin event, and they came home maybe around 10 or 11. We happened to be staying at their house that night because they were watching my twins for the next morning. And my mom comes in and she goes, what are you doing? And I said, I'm on the computer getting some stuff done. And she's like, it's 11 o'clock at night. And I said, I know. This is the first day I took youth, and it's crazy energy that's coming from it. So that's what I've noticed was the amount of energy. The people that I tend to spend a lot of time with besides my New Skin friends are my runner friends. And all of them are so excited to start youth because what I've noticed in my running is the recovery. Unfortunately, when you run and you exercise long periods of time, it's very hard on the body. It's not good for you. And it tends to drop if you've scanned we do tests. We scan ourselves before our marathons and we scan afterwards, and you take a huge dive in your antioxidant score. And what we've found is that, what I found is being on youth, my recovery is better. I don't get as sore, I have more energy, and it's just amazing. So the health benefits are phenomenal, and I can't wait to bring it around the world because it is a phenomenal product, so thank you.
Well, I'm the last one, and I think everybody already said about all the benefits that I wanted to talk about, so I'll be brief. My name is Dr. ageLOC, and I practice general medicine as well as aesthetics and wellness in Glendale, California. I have been introduced to New Skin about 8 years ago. I have enjoyed the benefits of all the products, including Pharmanex and New Skin, until about 2 months ago. When I was first given a chance, and I was lucky enough to get 2 bottles of ageLOC Youth. Why I got it? Because I begged for it. About a year ago, I had a very bad fall. I had swelling on my both knees, had very difficult time walking, and Paige Riffle, you know Paige? Yeah. Yes, Paige Riffle kept on telling how good it was to decrease the pain and take away the swelling, so I begged. It actually works. I really recommend you do that. And I got it. I started taking it, and when I started taking it, I thought I will do an experiment. I stopped all my other nutritional supplements, and I do plenty of them. And I said, I will be just taking ageLOC Youth and see what it is about. I was skeptical, and I wanted to see. I saw the science, not all of it that is here. And I started just ageLOC Youth. All I know that on the 3rd day, my pain was almost gone. I said, well, it couldn't be. I am quite a suggestive person. This is placebo effect. But then I thought, who cares? Placebo or not, I don't have pain, I'm fine. So I kept on taking without even thinking about it. And about 3 weeks after that, I had to babysit my 4 grandchildren, ages 16 to 5. Well, I love them, but I usually, when I go, I usually babysit probably for an hour and then delegate the little one to the older ones. So I kind of control. I like to delegate and control. So I can take some naps here and there. And here I found myself that I am on the floor playing all the games, all the imaginary games. Interestingly enough, I was engaged in those games, mentally, emotionally. I was on the floor, getting up. My grandchildren noticed, and we were very happy, and they said it was the first time in a long time they really enjoyed having me as their babysitter. So my children came home later than they promised. I don't know any of you have that experience. So when they walk in, they are afraid to take a look at me because the way that I will greet them. And they were surprised that I was very nice and smiling and not looking anything. It was 12 o'clock at night. I had to get into the car, drive home because I had my office hours the next morning. And as I was driving in the car at the first time, there was an interesting feeling. I noticed how I felt. put down the windows, and I was smelling the weather, I was smelling the beautiful breeze, and I was just feeling well. And that time I realized, gosh, I have been on these products and this is what they are saying it is. I quickly pulled down my pants, pulled up my pants to look at my knees, what is happening there, and I saw the swelling on my both knees were gone as well. And I haven't had the swelling since then. So that's my story. I love it. I don't know what's the sense.